What's up, everyone? This is episode 36, Half the Story podcast, and happy St. Patrick's Day 2022. We are back. Took a little break last week. Got a little too busy these past couple weeks. Still battling the neck issues a little bit, but feeling better. We're out of the woods, I think, as the kids say. But yeah, I think I just needed a week off, and I got something up there. Okay. Needed a week off and had family in town. So that was really nice. But yeah, a couple weeks ago we went, me, Christy, and our friend Ben went to Appleton, Wisconsin. And we've never been to Appleton, Wisconsin. Excuse me. We've never been to Appleton, Wisconsin. And it's a decent sized town. I think there's maybe 75,000 people or something like that in the town. But it's a little north of Milwaukee. It's a little north, if you know what I mean. And yeah, so we went there and we saw Brian Callen live in person at this comedy club. Early show was sold out, so we had to go to the late show, which I think it started at 10 maybe. And mind you, this place is an hour and a half away, and we didn't end up staying the night. So we got there, we went out to eat before the show and got our whole meal comped because they forgot about us. But we were fine. We needed to kill time anyways. Then we go to the venue in Appleton, and it's called the Skyline Comedy Club. Shout out to them. As Brian said in his set, there's no Skyline to be found in Appleton, Wisconsin. And was a bit different vibe than we were, I guess, hoping for or expecting in a comedy club. So we get there, and it looks like it's in kind of like an old German, like a house that you'd see in Germany that's like 3 levels, that has like a bar on one level and then like a motel at the top, kind of. So it kind of looked like that. Bavarian vibes, a lot of Bavarian vibe. But yeah, I think the bottom floor is a brewery or something. And then the only way up to this comedy club, when you were going in at least, was to wait in line and then take the one elevator that goes up to the 3rd floor, and that's how you got in, because the show before us was letting out and they were going down the stairs. So we get there like, I don't know, 15 minutes before the doors open, and we're standing in line. Already kind of weird that we have to take the elevator up, but whatever, we'll get past it. And then we noticed we were standing there, and a couple of people were filing out from the previous show. And one dude, I'd probably say he's in his early 50s, maybe late 40s, like had his buddies, like both hands like around his buddies, like slurring his words, walking out like just ham sauced and super drunk. So we knew it was going to be kind of interesting. We knew it was going to be an interesting time. Like I said, Appleton's kind of up north, and it gets a little up north there. It's a little, I don't know how to say this, like a little Trumpish area, kind of country up there. You know, the more of the small town vibe, crowd, like drive your trucks to the show, and you got an extra bottle or a cup so I can spit out my cha or my chew, and that kind of crowd. So kind of, more white, that kind of crowd. So anyways, we're there. We're looking around. We're like, we might be like the youngest like people here, and like maybe the most dressed up people here. And I think I was just wearing a t-shirt, so I don't even know how you can be less dressed than that, but I felt overdressed. So anyways, we pack in the elevator like sardines, and we go up to the 3rd floor for the comedy show. We get there, we get our tickets, or we show them our tickets, and then they're like, all right, here's your seat. So they place us like our left of the stage, about 3/4 of the way back, and then there's this giant like support beams. There's like 3 of them like in a row down the aisle, kind of down the aisle, like all like perfectly positioned where you can't see the stage. So that was interesting to start. So yeah, we sit down, could barely see the stage, and then this guy, and his probably his girlfriend, I hope they're not married, but this guy and this girl sit in front of us. And if you've never been to a comedy club, they like, the tables at a comedy club are like bar stools, pretty much like a circular bar stool. That's what they call a table, and then there's chairs around it. So we kind of share this bar stool with them, and they're sitting like we're sitting here three in a row, and then the other 2 are up in front of us. And our server comes around, she gets us drinks and stuff like that. And then the 2 people that sit in front of us, apparently the server is one of their sister, the girl's sister. I guess they were married because he said, that's my sister-in-law, that's the waitress or whatever like that. So, okay, whatever. And then, so the show goes on, or the show starts, and like, I guess before the show starts, let's back up. We were looking at the drink menu, and there was like all like the normal drinks, the cocktails and stuff like that. And like up in the right hand corner with like big like fireworks and like, you know, a little bit of zazz, you know, it was like the Badger, and it was like probably their like signature drink, but it was pretty much like 151 Everclear, like rum, vodka, all that stuff mixed with like a splash of cranberry juice or something like that. So it's pretty much like a jungle juice, pretty much is what it sounded like. And we're like, oh dude, we should get that. And then we're like, nah, I don't want to get too crazy. But then, so we're sitting there, we get our drinks, and we got some Moscow Mules, and for sure they just put Sprite and vodka and called it a Moscow Mule. But we'll let that one slide for now. But then the guy in front of us, he got the Badger drink. So he was ready to party, like fully ready, invested. And the drink came out, and it was like dark red, like some cool potion or something from a movie or something like that. And we're like, oh dude, that must be the Badger, because it was like, it kind of had some theme music to it when she set it down on the table, kind of like I don't know, like kind of like an intense drumming going on, but like a Jumanji, like you knew like, oh, I better not start drinking this because we don't know what'll happen after I'm done drinking it, kind of thing. So we're like, oh dude, he got the Badger drink. And anyway, so then the show starts. This kid in front of us, he's probably 22 to 26, male. And he finishes his drink pretty quick. I don't have the exact time on it. But then his sister-in-law comes around, and they're like, oh, get us some Rumplemint shots, I think, which is another kind of potent beverage to be consuming following the Badger, as they say. So they get like a couple rounds of shots of Rumplemints, and the show's going on, and the kid's being like so stupid, like so annoying, and like laughing, like, you know. So when you're at any kind of event or public event, and like someone's being so stupid and making a fool of themselves, you know how it's kind of funny, like the first like minute or two, and you're like, oh dude, this guy's so drunk, like it's kind of funny. But then like after like a couple minutes, you're like, okay, this is kind of like, okay, we're good. Like, and then after like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, you're like, oh man, just get me. I would rather just leave, or someone come get this guy. That was the kind of situation we were in. And we were only, I mean, I was close enough that I could, you know, touch the back of his head with my hand. Well, backhand. But yeah, he got like really belligerent drunk, and was just yelling out stuff and being stupid, and it made for a less than desirable show on our ends, because we were like literally the closest people to him in the venue, and he was just being drunk and stupid. And like, you know, when someone like is trying to be funny and they like make a joke even though it's not funny, and then they look like to see if anybody's like laughing, like he would do that after, like it was like he was the comedian but no one was laughing at him. So we'll keep it full circle, though. We'll keep it full circle. Yeah, so that was our experience at the comedy club in Appleton. I'll probably won't make the trek back unless there's someone super special there playing. But yeah, I don't know. It was interesting, to say the least. Yeah. Probably wasn't one of my favorite shows, not because of the comedians per se, but because of the crowd, or the vibe, we should say. It wasn't really our vibe. So I don't know if we're bougie or if we're just, I don't know. It was kind of like being at like the stands of like a college football game, and everyone's drunk and yelling and being stupid. It was like that, but like at an adult type thing. So shout out to that guy. Hopefully that chick didn't marry him, but it sounded like she did, because he said that's my sister-in-law, which, man, I can't imagine. If my wife, or if I did that in front of my wife, I would feel, and look, everyone's done stupid stuff. I've done a lot of stupid stuff, but I wasn't married yet, usually. And if I do get stupid drunk or anything like that, I'm usually not in public. But that's only like once or twice a year, and that's on accident usually. So, yeah, I don't know what that guy's doing nowadays, but probably won't make it back up to Appleton for the show. So yeah, this past weekend it was really nice out. We had family over, Christy's family, whole family came up. Had a full house, full tummies, full hearts, as they say. And it's just a lot of fun hanging out with her family. And we pretty much didn't do anything except for eat and sleep and kind of lounge around, and made a little bit of furniture for the house, a little shelf for our TV stand and receiver and stuff like that, a little corner shelf, a little Amish shelf. So yeah, it was nice just hanging out, grilling and chilling and catching up with the fam. It was their first time being here since we moved in. So yeah, it was good. It was a lot of fun. No drunk guys yelling around or anything like that. But I was also thinking the other day, like, I don't know what made me think of this, but me and Christy have been kind of talking about this a little bit. Like how weird it is sometimes, like judging people or life circumstances, or I don't know, just the inequalities in the world and stuff like that. But I was thinking back the other day, I don't know why I thought about this, but and this isn't weird at all to think about, but like the one time, I'm not going to say the one time, but one of the times where I felt like, I don't even know what the word is. Je ne sais quoi is what they say when you don't know what the word is. But we were going to these hot springs in Oregon called Bagby Hot Springs. And when we got there, like there was like 4 tubs in a row. And there were like just natural hot spring tubs, like wood, cedar, like hot tubs pretty much. And there was like people naked in these hot tubs, like around other people. And I was like, oh, like, and you had to kind of wait your turn until the other people got done soaking, and then you jumped into this tub where they were just soaking. But yeah, I remember like that was my first time around any like naked people, really. Like it wasn't even in a public place. It was in like a forest, kind of, or it was in a forest. It was like a 1.5 mile hike to get there. But and then like we had like our like some trunks on and stuff, like, and we sat there, and then like we're like, oh, let's toss them. And it was like really, I don't know what the word is, but like when you're naked, you don't feel like everything's out there. You know what I'm saying? Everything's out there. Everyone's kind of equal. Everyone, you don't have an iWatch on or Apple Watch. You don't have some Louis Vuittons or some Nikes on. You just got your skin and your hair on, and or some people don't even have hair too, so they just got their skin. But makes you feel like I don't know. I feel like because we like talked to the guy next to us in the hot tub. I remember, and we were just chatting like there's nothing to hide because there wasn't really. It was like I don't know what the word is, but if you ever get the chance to do something like that, definitely do it. Because it's kind of liberating in a way, but also it like kind of brings you that we're just flesh and we're just people, and everything can kind of be stripped away at once, and then all you're left with is yourself. But I don't know why I thought about that the other day, but I feel like if you want to feel something different, or want to like experience a different perspective on something, go out and find a hot spring and skinny dip in it when other people are around, because there's nothing like talking to a stranger when you're naked and they're naked, and not like weird like that, but there's just like nothing to hide, and there's like I don't know how to say it, but everything's, all my chips are on the table, as they say. So, yeah, if you ever get a chance, try it. Definitely try that. We're always kind of, me and Christy kind of talk about this too. We're always trying to, I don't know if the word's chase the rabbit, but we're always wanting to try something new. And I'm not going to go like rob any banks or like start doing math or anything like that, but anything that we can do to kind of think about things different, or appreciate things different, or just try new things, whether it be food or experiences, or I don't know, anything to make you get out of the day-to-day. Because when you're working the 9 to 5, they say, and you're in the rut of it week in, week out, and you're kind of living for the weekend, which is easy for everyone to do. I feel like we forget a different part of what's out there in life, and what I don't know. We forget about things, and I think it's easy to get comfortable and easy to just do what we keep doing. But I think it's also good to shift your focus, try something new. If you try some new food, that's a whole new experience in life, and that can be just, trying some new food could be just as life-changing as traveling abroad. I think so. And, or going to, a comedy show or going to a concert can be just as life-changing as going to college for 4 years. You kind of get what you put into it. Or going backpacking for two or 3 days can be just as life-changing as, I don't know, getting a promotion or something like that. But you know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think about that. If what you're trying to do in your life to kind of shift your focus, or, try and think of new perspectives or new things or new goals or new ambitions, you can always hit the hotline. The number's 414-214-0372. Yeah, I probably just rambled on a bunch, but I don't know if it makes sense. But let me know what you think. So a lot's been going on in the sports world. March Madness started today. NCAA basketball started their tournament today. I haven't watched any college basketball. I'll probably try and catch up with the tournament this weekend. Hopefully see some upsets. Shout out to Iowa, and I think Iowa State's in it as well. And shout out to NFL too, because the NFL is heating up. It's getting spicy. And NFL is really a year-long sport now. You got, as soon as the season ends, you got free agency, you got retirement, you've got the draft, you've got camp starting and all that stuff, and trades and all that stuff. So you never really get a break, and a lot of people moving teams. Aaron Rodgers is back in Green Bay for the next couple of years at least. Russell Wilson got traded to the Broncos. Some big names moving around. And it's always, free agency is always fun because you always wonder what if or what could when your team gets a player. And the cool thing about it is usually we get to find out in the fall of, but usually free agents, if you're getting someone as a free agent, which means their contract ends, and they choose to go wherever they can choose to go to any team they want because their contract ends. They usually have a pretty good impact, but it's not like, it's like, what's the word? Oh, it's like cake. The team's the cake. The free agents could be the icing, It's not, it's not the cake. It's not the foundation, but they can be some sprinkles on some icing. So, NBA is heating up. The playoffs will be starting here before we know it next month. Really excited about that, and starting to feel better with my shoulder and my neck. Still going to the chiropractor once a week, getting adjusted, cracked out, and slowly getting a little bit better. So, man, it's just been so nice the last couple of days because it has been nice out, and it's nice having somewhere to sit outside. We've got a chair, so it's nice to sit out in the chair and get some sun. I'll take Walter out there and I'll plop him right on my lap, and I think he stares in the sun, which is probably bad for his eyes, but he enjoys it. So, I'm excited. Christy's making a St. Patrick's Day meal. I think braised short ribs and potatoes and some cabbage and stuff like that. So that is exciting for tonight. And I think we'll get to a few calls here. We had a few this week. I haven't listened to these yet. I saw the highlights, the SportsCenter highlights on these calls, but let me get these bad boys up and running quick. All right, here's the first call. We'll take this call.
Hey, Andy. Today I just wanted to call and talk and share my feelings about what is known as the Ninja Warrior Academy nowadays. What these are basically based off of, for those of you that are unfamiliar, is a training center for American Ninja Warrior, which is just a terrible...
American Ninja Warrior is a TV show. Okay.
Reboot of the Battle of the Network Stars, but unfortunately we don't get to see Linda Carter running through the obstacle course.
Linda Carter or President Carter would be cool too. Go on.
What it really boils down to for these things, also known as my gymnastics gym is failing, is they set up these obstacle courses for prepubescent children to run around and gain skills in the area of nothing.
Dude, life has obstacles though. You gotta admit that. And sometimes life will throw you a 18-inch curb that you gotta jump over. Sometimes you gotta do monkey bars to a overpass, That's life.
We had these when I was growing up. They were called the school playground. Take a look at one of these places. They're exactly the same. Monkey bars? Check. Jungle gym? Check. A tower that's just a little bit too high and unsafe to jump off of? Check. But they pad everything, just leading to the pussification of America.
Oh, we threw out the P word.
It makes me sick how they have taken these free social atmospheres that we could find in our schoolyards, removed them, and put them into a paywall protected pseudo gymnasium. If they really want to train our children to be ninja warriors, throw them all in with a bunch of swords, some throwing stars, a couple of dart guns. Let them go all Hunger Games up on their ass.
For
and when
real.
they're done, you get your free participation certificate, and the one that wins gets all the glory. Think of these places. Keep up the good work.
Honestly, if you think about it, American Ninja Warrior is kind of cultural appropriation because we didn't come up with. There was no American Ninja Warriors. That was stolen. But yeah, no, this guy makes some valid points because, honestly, it is just a jungle gym with pads. Someone put some 2x4s up with a little bit of, drywall, and then throw in a couple ladders and a couple rings and monkey bars and stuff. And yeah, we need to get back to putting those outside because that's where I grew up, on the playground. And yeah, I think I looked at this place. I think this gentleman is referring to. I looked at it, and it was for a membership on this place. I think it was more than you'd expect. I don't know the exact numbers on the cost of the membership, but they weren't giving it away. I'll say that. So, and that's another thing I hate. It's like sometimes I'll be looking at gyms in the past, and you'll go on their website and I'll be like, oh, inquire about the member pricing. And it's like, dude, just put the member pricing on the website. I don't want to inquire about the pricing. I don't need you to tell me about the pricing. I know how to Google search this gym. Just put the monthly pricing on. What are they trying to hide? Are they giving other people better deals? Like, why not keep it, Because when you go there, they're like, well, for a couple, you guys can save an extra $5 a month if you sign up as a couple, but that'll be $350 a month. And it's like, dude, just tell me that. I wouldn't have came down here. No, but I agree that if I was to go into business, I would not go into the American Ninja Warrior Academy business. If we've learned anything about network TV, is you shouldn't base a business around it. And that show will only go on for as long as it will, and then it'll die. And then people, we'll still be doing the American Ninja Gyms and stuff like that. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe this next generations of kids will be more into that sport. I don't know if there's a lot of money into it. But I know you can get on TV and we'll do a wipeout. Speaking of that, why don't they get more gyms like the MXC show back in the day that was on Spike TV? I think it was an Asian show, but it was pretty much like Ninja Warrior, but it was kind of funny. They just had like non-athletic people do it, and you just watched it for the wipeouts. And make a gym like that too, okay? But also get your kids in jiu-jitsu because those are the real ninjas out there. Shout out to Cedar Valley BJJ and all those assassins there. So. Yeah, don't take your kid to an academy where they learn to, do jungle gym stuff. Take them somewhere where they learn how to choke some people out, or do some leg locks, or escape a robber or something like that. So, good call. Sparked a lot of thoughts in my mind about different things, but. Check out American Ninja Warrior weeknights on NBC at 7 p.m. All right, thank you. All right, next call here. Let's get to it.
Hello, I would like to address a few of the points made about the Nards from the socialist who called.
And he's calling in regards, I think last episode or the episode before, we had a shocking discovery about the malpractices of Menards. So you'll have to go back and listen.
Earlier, couple rebuttals. One, turnstiles are American. We need order in this country, and if you don't like order, you don't like one in, one out, just leave. Just leave.
I mean, that's kind of aggressive. There is no point for the turnstiles at Menards unless you are getting on a roller coaster.
This is America, and we like order. You socialist. Number two. This is number two. Who doesn't like to eat beef jerky while they're on the toilet? I tell you who. A freaking communist. Third.
Dude, I bet those people eat jerky on the toilet.
DeWalt, communist. Makita, communist. Ryobi, communist. So yeah. Third.
Dude, this is coming from a guy who drives a Toyota, probably. Anyways, go on.
Or fourth, I don't even know. But who doesn't like looking for stuff? Oh my God! You want the government to tell you where to find things? Freaking get out in there and look for things. And furthermore, I think you're a communist. You were just someone who wants shirtless men rolling around on ice so their nipples get all hard. Clearly, communist. I would like you to refrain from using the word ice on them titties. I was offended. All of America was offended. And fifth and sixth, you're...
Well, hold on. Hockey is a Russian sport, too. So I'll say that.
For Biden? You got the jab? Jesus H, man. Do you even bleed red, white, and blue? Yeah. So, I don't even know if I'm going to listen to this podcast anymore. Because you really, you just stirred some things up in me. The eagle in my heart's flying. And, I don't know, man. I'm going to call Spotify, get you off of here. It's not okay. I'll take my answer offline.
Dang, was that Tucker Carlson after a few beers? Okay, a lot to digest there. And if you do cut me open, I do not bleed red, white, and blue. I will admit that. I've said it many a times before that if you cut me open, I bleed red curry, and with a little bit of sweet potatoes coming out too. So, that guy was definitely drunk. So we'll take another call. I don't know really how to respond to that, but good thing about this country is you can listen if you want, and you can call into this hotline if you want. The number is 414-214-0372. Even if you don't like to. Okay. Let's hear another one coming up.
Hey, Andy. I wanted to know if you've found any good breweries in Milwaukee yet. I've heard Eagle Park is pretty good. Milwaukee's obviously known for beer. I was told that when the Great Chicago Fire happened, they cut all of their prices on beer for a couple of years to make sure that none of the Chicago breweries could keep up with the Milwaukee breweries, and thus why they're actually known for it. Anyway.
Wait, hold up. Let's hear that one more time.
Chicago breweries could keep up with the Milwaukee breweries, and thus why they're actually known for it.
Huh. Okay.
Anyway, why do you think it's frowned upon to buy a growler at a brewery and then drink it? I know we used to do that. It's basically just a pitcher, right?
Okay. First question. Any good breweries in Milwaukee? To be honest, we haven't been to many breweries. We've been to Good City Brewery. We've been to Lakefront Brewery. And I think that's it. But yeah, Milwaukee's got some good beer. Wisconsin does. One thing, they got good liquor stores here and beer stores. And luckily right down the street from us, less than a mile, is Ray's Liquor. Shout out Ray's Liquor. When you walk in there, there's probably over 200 to 300 different styles of beer, and their liquor section, wine section is out of this world as well. Then you got Total Wine, which is is the Costco of beer and alcohol, which has everything that's legally for sale that they can put their hands on. So, yeah, I haven't been to too many breweries here, just because it's been too good to, honestly, to go to the liquor store and, kind of look at beers that you want to buy, and it's cheaper, and like to enjoy them kind of throughout the week at night. So I'll let you know about that. I think the second question was it.
Anyway, why do you think it's frowned upon to buy a growler at a brewery and then drink it?
Yeah, I remember doing that back in the day, and it was more than frowned upon. They told us we couldn't do that. And I don't know, man. It seems kind of like a bad idea if you ask me, because like you sell someone a growler, like most places, if you buy in bulk, it's cheaper. It's called a restaurant, and they have things called pitchers, like you said, that you can buy beer in that, is like 4 or 5 beers. You would think they would let you drink your growler in the brewery because it'll get you more drunk, and then you're buying more, product. And, I don't know what that would be a good question. If anybody knows, hit the hotline, 414-214-0372. But yeah, I've always, I don't know why they do that. Like, we want you to not spend more time here where you could, if I go to a brewer and I drink a couple growlers, if I drink one growler, I'm probably going to either drink a second growler or buy a growler to go or buy some appetizers. So, but instead they say buy this growler and get out. I mean, if I was a brewery, I would consider, either doing growlers or, or giving a growler without a cap on it and saying this is for here growler, or this is a to-go growler. And maybe they charge $1 more for that here growler or something like that, but then you can drink it with your buddies and stuff like that. So good questions. I'll keep you abreast on the brewery scene here as I continue to explore. All right, we got one more call here.
Hey, Andy. Calling in response to the caller last week who was asking why goalies in hockey aren't really fat. Why don't they just take a really huge kid and cover up the whole goal? Well, I think hockey fans are going to say that they have to have agility and stamina, athleticism.
Stamina. He doesn't have the stamina.
Block shots that could go between their legs. But I just did some Google research, and it said that a set of pads cost $10,000.
Jeez. That's more than I would have guessed, to be honest. That's a lot.
I was like, holy crap. So that means that if you're like a triple XL, you're going to have to get some custom-made gear that costs even more.
Dude, I'd be getting custom-made gear if I was a goalie anyways, with some cool pinstripes on it. People get the custom stuff all the time. Spend a little money on your stuff. Get you a little custom, put some rhinestones on the outside or something. Get you something nice.
And if you have a overweight kid or something, are you going to spend that much money to get them into sporting events? And if you do, you're probably not going to have enough money to keep feeding them as much as you would need to keep up that size that you need.
Yeah, it is a beast. It is hard to gain weight sometimes when you're in sports, and hard to keep it on. Some people can gain weight and never keep it off, and some people can't gain weight, especially if you're doing sport.
Anyway, let me know what you think.
Yeah, I think those are all good points. I didn't realize the real realities of the cost of playing hockey. And I'm sure you could get some decent goalie pads somewhere a little bit cheaper, maybe, $1,000 probably. There's probably secondhand thrift stores and stuff like that. old movie sets where you could find a pair of goalie stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. Triple X's aren't any cheaper than the regular larges. Usually you pay more because you got to have that extra fabric and stuff. But maybe you wouldn't need it if you were a really big guy. You got nature's padding on you on your arms and stuff like that. So maybe you just if you're that big though, you could probably take a few shots, without. I don't know. Those pucks are pretty hard and pretty fast. But, yeah, I think I was talking to one of my friends, and he said most of the goalies are, just kind of thinner, fit, real people on the inside and outside. And that they have to be, some of the best athletes on there because, I mean, if you listen to this, just, go around and do a stand first, okay, and then go to your knees and then back up. But try doing that 200 times in a row, and that's what goalies do, plus the splits. Plus they got to hold the dang stick too, which is hard, and then they have the huge other glove that probably weighs a good couple pounds, so they're yeah, that'd be hard to keep that weight on, especially if you're, a primetime goalie. So, yeah, good calls this week. I'm excited for this weekend. St. Patrick's Day, daylight savings has come and gone. Thank God. We sprang forward an hour, and now we get a little extra daylight, which I'm a fan of. And I did see they put or something passed through the Senate about daylight savings time. And if you have any thoughts about daylight savings time, you can also hit the hotline 414-214-0372 and let me know what you think about that. I don't know if I made any sense today or if we got anywhere, but this is what you get sometimes. So I think I'm gonna end it on that. You guys take care. Go Hawks. Go Cyclones. Go UNI men's basketball team if they're playing in the NCAA tournament. And that's it.